Your emotions drive you. Your emotions can make or break you and either cause you to crash out or level up. And your level of emotional intelligence is what determines what you do next. Testing, testing. Alright, so this is my third time trying to record this video because my mic died. First time I didn't set it up right. But today's video is going to be about emotional intelligence and why I think it's important. And I hope everyone's having a good day, or at least as good of a day as possible, because there's a lot going on. It's pretty crazy out here, but yeah, let's get into this topic. Emotional intelligence is important because you need to understand yourself and your emotions, and understanding what makes you happy, what makes you mad, what makes you tick, what are your triggers, what are your glimmers, what makes you happy, understanding all of that so you can be able to move through life accordingly. Your emotions drive you, whether you know it or not, and this is why it's important to be aware. Your emotions can make or break you and either cause you to crash out or level up. And your level of emotional intelligence is what determines what you do next. And I'm going to give a vague example. Let's say you were wrong, right? Either you crash out or you level up. Understanding yourself and how you react when you get upset. Maybe you get petty. Maybe you shut down. Maybe you get mouthy and rude with them. It's important to understand yourself and how you react. It's important to understand your emotions so you can know how you would respond. And if you know how you would respond, choosing the best response for you, you know? And you would need to understand yourself and your emotions in order to do that. Emotional intelligence will also let you know that they're probably going through something going on over there, and that doesn't necessarily have to be going on with you. That what they got going on doesn't have to be your problem, and you don't have to let them pull you into what they have going on either. And letting them wrong you have power over you and disrupt what you have going on. Alright, so I'm going to give another example. Let's say you're at a store, doesn't matter what store, and the cashier is being real rude to you, being real snappy with you, right? Without emotional intelligence, what would happen is they'd probably rub you the wrong way, get you mad, now you have an attitude too. Now you're upset and probably ruin your day or ruin your time at the moment, at least, you know, throw you off your course. But with emotional intelligence, you would understand that they're probably having a bad day. They've probably been dealing with a whole bunch of customers that are probably rude, mean, and just disrespectful, right? Even though they probably had a bad day, it's not fair for them to take it out on you. But you understand that you don't have to bite the bait. And you don't need to get mad with them and get fussy with them. Now you both have a bad day, and now you both lose. No, no, you don't need to match them. You can stay in your happy vibe and continue to have your good day. Just acknowledge that they're having a bad day. With you understanding that, you won't get sucked in to their drama and their chaos. That doesn't have to be your problem too. This is why emotional intelligence is important, because you just avoided more drama and more issues just that easily because you understand. Another example. Let's say you're this genius scientist, right? And you created this new invention or something brand new, this great idea, right? And somebody says something real disrespectful and ignorant toward you and your creation. Without emotional intelligence, what's going to happen is you're probably going to get upset, you're going to hurt your feelings, and you're going to want to tell them about themselves. You know, like, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't have this amount of research or years of experience like I do. Blah, 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 blah. Probably, you know, try to put them in their place because they hurt your feelings. You want to get them set straight, right? But that's not necessarily the right thing to do, especially because if they don't understand or care to understand, you're wasting your breath and you're wasting your time. And You just be going off for no reason, and they probably end up using it against you anyway. And what good does that do you? Now you have bad press and drama surrounding you and your invention instead of people actually appreciating your invention. But with emotional intelligence, you wouldn't pay them any mind because you understand that they don't know what they're talking about. And they're probably trying to get you upset. They probably have some other stuff going on where they're upset and trying to trigger people, intentionally or unintentionally. But that doesn't mean you need to be pulled into that. It doesn't mean you need to get defensive and get mad and stoop to their level and argue with them. And they end up making you look bad and putting a bunch of surrounding you with drama and surrounding your invention with drama instead of actually having people focus on what they need to focus on, throwing you off. And with emotional intelligence, you understand that that's going to throw you off. So you wouldn't indulge in it. You're not going to argue with them, especially because they don't care. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. It doesn't matter. You will go about your day and you keep yourself intact while they go through what they're going through. And this is why it's important to have emotional intelligence. You could be the smartest person in the world, the most witty, intelligent genius. But if you're not emotionally intelligent, you will still have your emotions and your heartstrings get pulled on, and you'll be manipulated like a puppet. People being able to make you angry, you take you out of character, they're controlling your emotions, whether you know it or not. And this is why it's important to understand emotional intelligence so nobody can pull you into anything you don't want to be in. Once you control yourself and your emotions, you can understand other people, their emotions, and you won't have to deal with unnecessary chaos and drama. Once you understand that, you'll be out the way and avoid problems that you don't need to go through. And with that, once you're not in all this BS, you got time to do other stuff, you know? So, with that being said, emotional intelligence is important. You can be super, super smart, but if you're not emotionally intelligent, you're still liable to get into some BS. So, invest in emotional intelligence. And yes, I'm talking about myself too. Yes, me too. And that was my TED Talk. I had to record this 3 times because of stupid mic. I'm gonna leave it at that. Good night.